Okay, it's time to commit. 2024 is the year for prioritizing yourself. Begin your new smile journey with Byte, and you could start seeing results in just 2 to 3 weeks. Just order your at-home impression kit today for only $14.95 at Byte.com. Byte clear liners are doctor-directed and delivered to your door. Treatment costs thousands less than braces, plus they offer financing options, accept eligible insurance, and you could pay with your HSA, FSA. Get 80% off your impression kit when you use code WONDERY at Byte.com. That's BYTE.com. Start your confidence journey today with Byte.
Good news, Imagine Dragons. You're no longer at the bottom. There's a 3-headed dragon named Peter, Paul, and Mary who hurt my feelings. All right.
Welcome to Text Me Back, a podcast about 2 women who were bitten by a radioactive spider, and their punishment is that they have to keep making this podcast. I'm Megan Hatcher-Mays.
And I'm Lindy West, and I was actually bitten by a radioactive pretty girl. That's why I'm so pretty.
With great beauty comes great responsibility. Ow.
Hi, Megan. How's it going?
It's going so good. We're going to do a podcast now, and we're going to try to be better businesswomen about it. One thing we realized we don't do is tell you any of the stuff you need to know about the show. Somebody sent us a message on the best friend party phone that was like, y'all have a TikTok? Why have you never mentioned it on your show? And I was like, great question.
Here's how bad a businesswoman I am. Do we still have a TikTok?
We do.
Do you post on it?
Yeah. Like, not that often, but sometimes I go on there and I'm like, ooh, 40 notifications. Who is engaging with our content on TikTok? But we do have one. And the handle is at TextMeBackPod, which coincidentally is our handle on Instagram as well. So you should follow us in both of those places. I regret to inform you that YouTube would not allow me to call our YouTube channel at TextMeBackPod. I don't even know what that one is. I think it's at Text Lindy and Meagan Back. Because they didn't like Text Me Back Pod.
Why
so you
didn't
can
they?
find us on YouTube.
Someone else has that? There's no way.
Well, it was weird because I was like, well, surely I can just use our Gmail, by the way, is deartextmeback@gmail.com. You can send us emails there. So I was like, well, surely it can just be that because YouTube and Gmail are the same company. It can just be Dear Text Me Back. And they were like, no, you can't call it that.
This is lindywest.com all over again.
I know. It was really hateful. So now it's Text Lindy and Meagan Back. So smash that like and subscribe button on the channel. Welcome back to the channel. And check it out. And we're going to be speed running Dave the Diver. Or something.
I would love to.
I know you would.
I know. Should I get a Twitch? Send us an email.
Yeah.
Would you watch me stream on the Twitch?
Would you?
That
answer the question.
It's not a euphemism.
It's not a sex thing.
It's not a sex thing.
But also we have a Patreon, of course. Patreon.com/TextMeBackPod. You may have heard the advertisements on this illustrious program, but really what pays the bills, my friends, is Patreon.com/TextMeBackPod, where you get all sorts of special goodies, such as stuff that we text each other.
Text Me Back
After Dark, a classic film.
We're about to start doing our Shrill rewatch.
Yes. We lied to you a month ago when we said we were going to start in June.
Yeah.
What we meant was July.
It's not a lie. It's not a lie. It's a prank.
It was a miscalculation.
Pranks are fun. Lies are mean, but pranks are fun.
Everybody loves pranks, famously.
I always think that a belated birthday gift is better than a birthday gift because just when you thought your birthday was over.
I know, a little special prezi arrives in the mail.
Extra birthday. Yeah.
Extra.
So that's sort of what we're going for with the delay.
Oh, and the name of the Shrill rewatch is Too Shrill, Too Furious, Portland Drift. Right? Is that what we decided to call it?
Yep.
So you're going to want to make sure to go to patreon.com/textmebackpod and subscribe so that you can watch it.
It is literally the only place to watch Too Shrill, Too Furious, Portland Drift. So you don't want to
try
miss
to
that.
go on any of the other streamers because you're not going to find it. Okay?
Okay. Family first. And my family is Patreon.
She's my mother. She was the sister I never had, you know? So, anyway, so that's what's going on with our business.
We are business people.
Mm-hmm.
We're on the Fortune 500.
I did take a single business class when I was in law school because it counted for credit, and everyone hated me so much.
Why?
You know, I would be like, that's racist. You guys know that, right? And then everyone would be like, oh, shut up. Oh, brother, this guy sucks. You know, that kind of thing.
Man, yeah. I'm glad that that's what's happening in classrooms. Makes me feel good.
Yeah, it's not the other thing that
they
Tucker
say is
Carlson
what's happening.
Says.
Yeah,
it's absolutely the other thing.
Cool.
Anyway, so that's our business, and now we're going to get to today's show. We've got a barn burner for you. We got a banger.
Ooh,
would you like to tell the people what we're going to talk about?
Yeah, but first I have one other tiny business that I've been stewing on. We had an incredible meeting today with Michaela from Copilot, one of our new producers who's been getting us incredible ad sales.
She and our producer Allie have been sent from the heavens to assist us in the production and creation of this podcast, and we love them.
But one thing that Michaela said that I can't get out of my head is she said that she's actually been playing our podcast for her husband, who is not our demo.
Not.
And all day since that meeting, I've been thinking, what? I want the husband demo.
I'm dying for the husband demo. Your husband listens to it. My husband listens to it. I do force him to. I don't force him to, but I'll check in every Thursday and be like, have you listened to my podcast yet? Have you listened to my podcast yet? And then but he's helping our YouTube numbies. He likes to play it at night when he gets home from work. He watches it on his YouTube.
That's cute.
On his phone. He watches it on his phone on his youtube.com.
If you know any husbands.
Yeah.
Tell them about the podcast. I think they would love it.
I know that they would.
We have proof. I'm much more like a husband than a wife in terms of my interests.
Well, in terms of your interests, but also I think just in terms of your constitution. Do you know what I mean? I feel like you're a female woodsman. You know, it's
I'm a female woodsman.
It's very husbandy.
I love to nap on the couch while someone else does the dishes. So I want to conquer the husband demo.
Me too.
I'm shocked that we're perceived as not already having it, but
no, I know. I mean, you can look at our numbies. It is mostly women, girls, gays, thems and theys, which is great. We love that. But I would love to snag a husband or two.
Yeah. My favorite thing is to force people to like me who otherwise might not.
Unexpecting. You know? Well, it's like when we found out that kids love our show.
Exactly.
The thing is, people might on its face be like, text me back. I'm a husband. I couldn't possibly. Give it a chance, Carl. Give it a chance. Might be surprised.
Husbands don't text back, though. That's true.
I know. They really don't.
But maybe they need to learn from our show.
This is a C3 educational program.
Mm.
What should we talk about today?
Okay. Well, Meagan. Segment 1. Very important to me in my heart. I talked a big game about how much I like to imagine dragons.
You did.
It's come up multiple times.
It really has. And I think at this point, people are clamoring. It's like, hey, now you said a lot about what you don't like vis-a-vis imagining dragons. Yeah, so what do you like?
I don't like posers. I don't like a bait and switch. But yeah, but at this point, I've given you no evidence that I even have any dragon expertise. You know, I'm like, Sarah Palin who reads all the magazines or whatever.
You were just like, oh, every dragon. Yeah. All of them.
So we're going to do a deep dive into the greatest dragons of all time. And then what are we going to do after that, Meagan?
We're going to talk about one of the most important musical compositions of the 21st century, and I hesitate to say anything more about that. It's not Segment Pubes and it's not the Tiding song, by the way, which are like the top 2. This one is probably top 3 songs.
Most of you probably have already guessed what it is, but for those
Stay
of you who
tuned
haven't, stay
to
tuned.
find out. I hear that TikTok loves a cliffhanger, so
check back later to find out. All right, let's go. So, look, in planning for this meeting, I thought I would write down all of my favorite dragons, and as far as I can tell, there are only 2. 2
dragons.
What?
2.
You think there are only 2 dragons?
Yeah.
Your list of dragons fits on a post-it?
Yeah, fits on a little post-it. Smaug.
Yeah, okay.
From The Hobbit.
That's a good one.
Puff. And that's my ranking. Smaug number 1, Puff number 2. Is there anything else you wanted to discuss in this dragon ranking segment? Every dragon ranked, if you will.
Let me get my dragons. Okay, so
wow, it's like from the ancient scrolls section of the library.
Yeah. I'm just gonna put it right here.
Good, thank you.
Yeah, so first of all, you must be joking if you think that Smaug and Puff are the only 2 dragons.
Well, I mean, yeah, you're right. That's not fair. There's like whatever the 3 from Game of Thrones. So I guess there
3?
are 5. I guess there are like 5 dragons.
There was a whole age of dragons where everyone had a fucking dragon.
Okay, so there's like 20 dragons
I
total?
don't know. There's thousands probably. Okay, but do you want me to do my dragons in order from least favorite to most favorite?
Yeah, let's end with your number 1 dragon.
Okay, let's see. I'm going to say last place this has already been covered, but Imagine Dragons.
History's worst dragons.
Not even a little bit draconian.
No. They don't imagine the dragons very well. They aren't dragons at all.
Even try.
They're not even trying. They're failing at every level, you know?
They probably hoard gold, but other than that. Okay, so let's see.
They did burn down that one city with fire. That was weird.
Okay, I would say next, I think we gotta go Dragon the Cat from The Secret of Nim. Again, not a dragon.
Not a dragon,
and
but
a real bitch.
Yeah, but at least gave it a shot. I don't know.
A lot more like a dragon than Imagine Dragons.
Yeah.
For sure. But just a big fat cat that tries to eat Mrs. Brisby, which we don't.
Oh, we don't care for that.
We don't stand.
Not Mrs. Jonathan Brisby.
Mrs. Jonathan Brisby?
Please.
Okay, next up I'm going to go. Okay, so there's a series of books by one Anne McCaffrey about people who ride dragons. It's a whole society of people who ride dragons. And I'm going to put those next, very close to the bottom. And here's why. They're for perverts by perverts. I had to stop reading the series because it made me so uncomfortable, because what happens is that humans bond with dragons. One human bonds forever with one dragon. And then if a human falls in love with another human and then they have sex, then their dragons also have sex.
Ew.
No, thank you.
That raises a lot of questions about consent in this universe.
Yeah, and actually, I don't know if it works the other way around. Like if 2 dragons fall in love, I don't remember.
At least
I had to say no, thank you.
First of all, that's crazy. Like you really have to be fucking up to get Lindy West to put down a dragon book that you wrote.
Know.
That's
and
good.
it's a whole series. There's a ton of books that I could have gotten into, but I was like, I think I got 2 or 3 into the series, and I was like, I'm sex negative. I'm uncomfortable. I don't want to think about the penis of the dragon. That's not what I come here for.
At least in his Dark Materials, where everyone has their own little animal daemon.
Yeah.
2 people hook up, the demons become besties. They curl up and snuggle and stuff, but copulation, Jesus Christ.
Even the snuggling, I remember being like,
why do they have to like each other?
Just go in the other room. That's weird.
Just stretch it to its limits. Don't be a part of this. Geckos.
Okay, next. I'm going to say the Game of Thrones dragons.
Mm-hmm. All 20 to 1,000 of them.
Yeah, they're just like, there's nothing fun about them. There's nothing nice about them.
They don't talk.
They don't talk. They are big and scary and mean. And I don't like the vibe.
No.
And they're also like depressing because the humans are always like chaining them to the ground.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's just a bummer. I don't like it.
Yeah.
Okay, next maybe I'm going to say Satan.
Is he a dragon?
In Revelations, he's a big red dragon, apparently.
Stop.
Yeah.
Wow.
And he fights the Archangel
Michael?
Why did you know that?
Because I used to work at a Waldorf school and they celebrate Michaelmas every September. And this is actually a very good dragon. They make a big dragon out of bread. And sometimes you can bake the bread in the shape of a dragon, but a lot of times they would just sort of piece a dragon shape together with like store-bought or bakery.
Pizza dragon.
Piece a dragon.
I was going to say
together.
Pizza dragon. Pizza dragon's the new number one.
Formulate a dragon out of store-bought or bakery-bought bread. And every Michaelmas, you would go into that season having slayed the various dragons of your life. So shout out to Michael and his mas.
Okay, I love everything about that.
I would just say for me, I'd like to change my rankings to Michaelmas bread dragon.
Yep.
Smaug.
Okay.
Puff.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Actually, I gotta put Puff next. Look, Puff seems like a cool guy, but if I were to rank on a separate list things that have damaged my mental health and contributed to my lifelong depression the most, Puff, you are my sunshine. I thought you were here with me, and then I woke up and you're dead, I guess.
Bye.
Oh, my mommy sings that to me. Thanks. Puff is at the top. Again, I'm not interested in the death of childhood. This is not interesting to me.
I know.
I just did a butt news about Hook. Peter Pan, not interesting to me. Creepy. No. Don't like. Can we just have fun without commentary?
Have a nice time and age appropriately. It's fine.
Like, fucking Giving Tree? Like, Jackie Paper?
Stop.
I mean, like...
Shel Silverstein was wrong for that.
We all know. We know. We get old and we die, and we're not fun anymore.
Up. Why? Look, I know once you get older, you have your little existential crisis, but how's that my problem, Shel? I'm just a baby.
Thank you. I'm just a baby. I'm trying to survive in here. I don't need this, like...
I'm barely hanging on, Silverstein.
I don't need this darkness. I don't need this mournful, melancholy meditation on aging. I don't need it. And so, look, it's not... Is it fair to blame Puff, who was just trying to live by the sea and frolic in the autumn mists? No, it's not fair to blame him. If anyone, I should blame Father Time. It's not even Jackie Paper's fault. Although, Jackie Paper, okay, you got too old to play with your dragon Puff? This is a false dichotomy, child, adult. It's not real. I mean, it is real in terms of the law, but I mean, like, in terms of what you can enjoy as you get older, I can't have a dragon that's my friend.
Can we blame Peter, Paul, and Mary? Are they implicated in this? I think so.
Good news, Imagine Dragons. You're no longer at the bottom. There's a 3-headed dragon named Peter, Paul, and Mary who hurt my feelings. All right, let's see. Who's above Puff? Maleficent in dragon form from Sleeping Beauty. A beautiful dragon.
Beautiful dragon. Not sure what her fucking problem is, though.
Such a good question.
Jesus. Fucking relax. You're the one who married him. And now you're mad because he has a kid? Jesus, relax.
I love that, the sort of message of Disney movies is that sometimes women are just a bitch and they suck.
And also, you're only allowed to have one parent at a time.
So
Never
true.
Never two.
Okay, and then, wait, we got confused. Maleficent is not the witch from Wicked Stepmother.
No, I think that isn't she
She's the one where
Aurora's
she
mother-in-law?
no, she came to that's Snow White. Maleficent came to Aurora's baby shower
That's
and
right.
but she wasn't invited because they were like, look,
Right.
well, yeah, we're going to invite Flora, Fauna, and Merryweather. Oh, do we have to invite Maleficent? She's such a drag.
Bitch. I
And they
thought
were
that she was married to somebody in the mix there.
no, she's just mad because she didn't get invited to the baby shower.
And she cursed that baby because she didn't get invited to a party.
Yeah.
Well, still, I stand by my statement of what is her fucking problem? I don't get invited to parties all the time.
I love not being invited to parties.
I love
wanna
it.
Go to parties.
I can stay home and watch On the Case with Paula Zahn to my heart's content.
Oh, I mean, a thing that I've been wanting to do a segment about since the very beginning of this show is that I have a great shame, which is that I am incapable of buying a present for a baby shower, for a wedding. I never do it. It's so stressful to me. And it's not because I don't want to, because actually I think that gift giving is a love language of mine.
Yeah.
However, it is at odds with this guy, which is like the logistics of like going to a store and then somehow getting like buying a toy and then getting like separate baby wrapping paper and doing all of it in time to make it to the party. I just like, I can't.
It's not possible.
If I'm Maleficent, I'm like amazing. Sweet.
I'm only sort of skimming this while you talk, but I think Maleficent is the king's ex. I'm not sure.
I mean that so
that makes a little bit more sense.
That might be new canon from those movies, the live action movies they made, which I did watch, and I think she was the king's ex. But in the cartoon, she was just a bitch that lives up the street.
She was just a stunning, cold-hearted bitch.
I just can't imagine.
What are you gonna do?
If I had the ability to turn into a beautiful dragon, I would not spend my time being mad at a baby. I would just go fly around.
Neither. I was going to say I wouldn't spend any of my time in my human form. Like, why bother?
Exactly.
You know?
Although stunning in human form as well.
Yeah, beautiful. Yes.
Okay, let's see. Maybe Mushu from Mulan.
Yes.
Too small. I don't know.
Yeah, why is he so tiny?
I think it's part of the joke is that he feels inadequate because he's not a great dragon.
Properly sized.
Yes. I don't remember very much about him. Eddie Murphy does the voice. I'm sure he's very funny. Too small, not majestic, not wise.
Not that funny.
Not that funny. I'm not into it. Okay. Next, I'm going to go Norbert, the Norwegian Ridgeback.
Oh, yeah. That's
I'm not
Hagrid's son.
I'm not sure if Norbert is canceled by extension. I don't know. No, he's not. Okay, good.
I don't think so.
Norbert deserves the world, I think, And I think he was really done wrong by the Slytherins.
Me as well. I think Hagrid should have had an opportunity to raise his son, Norbert.
I think so too.
Into adulthood. But shout out to Bill Weasley for taking him to Romania, Good stuff.
I'm surprised that no one has pitched a Norbert spin-off movie about Norbert's life in Romania.
Yeah, Bill and Norbert's adventures in Romania.
I'm going to say Elliot, which is Pete's dragon. So Elliot's, I don't know, have you seen the movie Pete's Dragon?
I have, but I conflated Pete
and Puff.
Well,
they have a similar vibe, Elliot and Puff.
Is Elliot the dragon or the kid?
Well, Megan, why don't you use your noggin?
Oh, Pete's dragon. Pete is the kid. Okay.
And he owns Elliot.
Owns?
Elliot
Who named the dragon Elliot?
I don't know. I don't even know if this is based on a book. So Elliot is a dragon. He gets blown into Passamaquoddy by a storm. And Pete is a boy who lives with Mickey Rooney. And he's maybe is the lighthouse keeper, and the lighthouse the light goes out, and Pete's dragon. Okay, well anyway, Pete meets this dragon who's he can turn invisible. And also the movie is live action, but then Elliot is animated.
Elliot is a cartoon. I remember that.
So then they have all these hijinks because Elliot is invisible. to the townspeople. And Mickey Rooney sees catches a glimpse of Elliot, and then he runs into the pub, and he's like, "I saw a dragon," and everyone's like, "You're drunk." Anyway, and then at the end, there's a big storm, and it blows out the lamp in the lighthouse.
Sure.
There's like a hot lady. Her boyfriend is on a ship, finally coming home to her. She thought he was dead.
Oh my God.
And now the lighthouse light has blown out.
Oh Lord.
Because of the storm. He's going to freaking actually die right when he was almost home.
Mm-hmm.
Guess who flies up there on his tiny little wings and gets a puff of fire onto the light, and he lights it back up again? Elliot.
Mickey Rooney.
So that's a good one. Elliot, he has a good heart. I don't remember what happens at the end. It's probably depressing, but
it ends really well. No, probably Elliot has to leave and go somewhere else, would be my guess.
I think so.
By the way, a couple things I like about this. One is I feel like every single movie made from 1970 to 1990, Mickey Rooney was some kid's caretaker. Yep. So good for him. And two, I love the plot workaround for the lack of technology.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I love, it's like, well, we don't have the skill to animate this dragon into every scene. So let's just make him invisible for like 80% of it.
Yeah. And then we can just get a whole roast turkey and tie a little string to it and go deedle, and then people will think that the dragon's eating it.
It's going to blow their fucking minds,
and
man.
It did, and it blew my mind as a child. And then we're getting close. I'm going to say, the dragon from How to Train Your Dragon. Have you seen
cute.
That?
I have.
Cute.
He's very, very cute. Yeah.
So cute.
One of our cutest ones.
One of our cutest ones.
One of them. Yeah.
Then I'm going to say Smaug, who, while evil, big personality.
I was going to say big personality and sort of iconic, you know, like just really an iconic character, an iconic man of the genre. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Even if you don't like him, love him or hate him, you have to acknowledge his presence. Much like Tom Brady in football, you know what I mean? Love him or hate him, he's still the champ. And that's Smaug, you know?
Yeah, totally. And then number one, I'm going to say Falkor, the luck dragon. Again, big personality, but kind.
Yeah. He's a sweetie.
Not materialistic.
Mm-hmm. Not killing anyone's grandpa.
Mm-hmm. No.
That we know of.
I love the detail, though, how Smaug is missing the one scale. I mean, mwah.
I know. I love it. I love it.
Good.
May he rest in power.
Yeah. I hope he squirted out a few eggs. But also Falkor, can I say?
Yes.
Great voice acting on Falkor.
Oh, killer. We should rewatch that.
We should. Can you imagine getting to interact with that giant puppet? Like
that's a dragon I could not imagine.
We love a practical effect here at the Dragon Ranking Center.
I was just thinking that they should bring back more practical effects. They're so much more fun.
That's my rankings. And I know it's not comprehensive. There's many other dragons. I also, as I was making this list, I was thinking to myself, do I like dragons? What's good about a dragon? I mean, like, okay, I like snakes. I like lizards.
Yeah.
I like flying things.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of. For me, a dragon is just mainly a signifier of that there's magic in the world. Yeah. Much like a unicorn, which is a horse.
Yeah.
With one horn.
With a shiny...
And then we're like, ooh. but it signifies something bigger, which is that there's, more than this.
A wizard cooked here, you know.
So in that way, I'm pro, but
yeah, we'll do this segment again. Right now it's called Imagining Dragons with Lindy West or Every Dragon Ranked. But it could be Imagining Unicorns with Lindy West, although I'm only aware of the one, and it was the last.
That's not true, Megan. It's not true. There's a unicorn, Megan. There's a unicorn in Harry Potter.
Well, and what's its name?
Exactly. Oh, so you have a name to exist?
And that's Imagining Dragons and one unicorn.
If you have dragon opinions, email us at deartextmeback@gmail.com. I want to hear them.
Or leave it in a YouTube comment. You know we have a YouTube channel.
Oh my God, you really should. That's the best place to put it. Tell me why I'm wrong about Anne McCaffrey's sexual dragons, please. Convince me.
I don't want to know. I know that I'm right. That shit's messy. I don't like that.
Oh, you know who I should have put on the list? Dinosaurs.
Do they count? I guess maybe a pterodactyl is like a kind of dragon.
Oh, I don't think a dragon has to be able to fly.
But what about the fire breathing?
Oh boy, I should have done more research.
Well, look at him next time, champ.
Thanks.
That's not just the sound of that first sip of Morning Joe. It's the sound of someone shopping for a car on Carvana from the comfort of home.
That's a good blend.
It's time to take it easy, like answering some easy questions to get pre-qualified for a car in minutes.
Talk about starting the morning right.
Just like customizing your terms so your car fits your budget. Visit Carvana.com or download the app to experience car shopping the way it should be. Convenient, comfortable.
Hey, Los Angeles! Are you looking for unique 4th of July plans for you and your friends or family? LA's greatest rivalry returns to Rose Bowl Stadium for a July 4th edition of the El Tráfico soccer matchup as the LA Galaxy return to their original home to defend their turf against LAFC. Last year, a record crowd of over 82,000 fans were on hand to witness the Galaxy victory. That's July 4th at Rose Bowl Stadium. Guaranteed fireworks both on and off the field and a celebration for all of LA. LA Galaxy versus LAFC, the Rose Bowl edition. Tickets at lagalaxy.com/tickets.
Well, here we are, segment 2 of the program, which we're calling The Greatest Song Ever Written in the History of Music, starring Lindy and Meagan. It's actually not the greatest. As I mentioned earlier, I think it's the third best. The first best song is the Tidings song. Thank you, Robert. Second best song is Segment Pubes. Thank you, Steven.
Segment Pubes.
The third best song, which I'm sure you've guessed at this point, listeners, is the jingle from the Jardiance commercial.
I have type 2 diabetes, but I manage it well. It's a little pill with a big story to tell. I take once daily Jardiance. At each day's start, as time went on, it was easy to see. I'm lowering my A1C.
Jardiance works 24/7 in your body to flush out some sugar. And for adults with type 2 diabetes and known heart disease, Jardiance can lower the risk of cardiovascular death too. Jardiance may cause serious side effects, including ketoacidosis that may be fatal, dehydration that can lead to sudden worsening of kidney function, and genital yeast or urinary tract infections. A rare life-threatening bacterial infection in the skin of the perineum could occur. Stop taking Jardiance and call your doctor right away if you have symptoms of this infection, ketoacidosis, or an allergic reaction. And don't take it if you're on dialysis. Taking Jardiance with a sulfonylurea or insulin may cause low blood sugar.
Jardiance is really swell, the little pill with the big story to tell.
That's it. That's the song. I mean, what? There's nothing else to say. End of segment.
End of segment.
Great song. Talk to
Meagan,
you next week.
I can't get enough of this song to the point where it's been banned in my house.
No.
Yes.
No, but it goes so crazy. It's so
Aham-
good.
Aham and Roya don't like it that much. It's weird.
What?
I know.
That's horrible. What's not to like? As I went up, it was easy to see.
I even like to do the Jardiance dance.
I like
It's so good. So
the little bit with the big story to tell.
I have type 2 diabetes, but I manage it well thanks to a little pill with a big story to tell. I take once daily Jardiance at each day's start. If it is then it's easy to see. I'm lowering my A1C. That's the best part. I'm lowering my A1C to me is
I
the
know.
best part.
I would like to say that just because all of those medications contribute to toxic diet culture does not mean that the jingle isn't a banger.
Jardiance is not a semaglutide.
Oh, it's not?
No.
It's just a pill? Oh, yeah.
In fact,
it's a little pill with a big story to tell.
When people are like, but I have to take Ozempic for my A1C, I'm like, hey, have you heard about a little pill with a big story to tell?
A big story to tell?
Jardiance?
Jardiance.
I'm not a doctor, so don't do what I say.
Call Dr. Sanjay Gupta because I don't know what I'm talking about. But
however,
I do happen to know there's a little pill with a big story to tell.
Yeah, I know that it lowered that one lady's A1C because she says it in the song.
I've seen it.
This song is a certified banger. It's been on my mind for, I don't know, a year. I feel like this commercial's been out for a while. I keep a tab open with the YouTube video so I can play it at any time.
Yes, it's important.
I wish they'd release a full length.
Yeah, put it on Spotify, please.
Yeah, and if you haven't
add
seen
it to my playlist.
Yes. If you haven't seen the commercial, it's a chunky lady and she's sort of dancing through the streets, and as she goes, her neighbors and all the people in the neighborhood gather around and they all join into the Jardiance dance, and they're all lowering their A1C and they dance in front of a fountain. And
yeah, I want to say there's flowers involved. She looks so happy, you know?
So happy. But I've heard, Megan, that she might not be so happy anymore.
Yeah, I've heard there might be some Jardiance drama.
Yeah. Did you look up what the Jardiance drama was?
Jardiance with drama with a J, like Drew Holiday. Jardiance drama. Tell me everything about the Jardiance drama.
Megan, I didn't look it up.
Me neither.
Okay, hang on. I got it. Hold on.
I thought you said she got bullied.
I think she did. Jardiance bullying. Jardiance.
Well, there she is. Deanna Colon sings about lowering her A1C.
I love her. So apparently people don't, the mailman gets in on it. He's like, hey. Okay, it says
Jardiance is really swell.
According to MSN.com.
The famous website.
Some television watchers have grown tired of hearing the story she has to tell.
Stop.
Who?
Prison.
Who amongst you? How dare?
If somebody had the gall to tell me they didn't want to hear about the little pill with a big story to tell, I would call the police.
You know, it's bedwetting, torturing animals, not liking the Jardiance song. Those are the warning signs, early warning signs of Iriel, say, Illing, K.
Get your mind right, freaks.
Because commercials are repetitive and the songs in them are designed to be catchy, viewers might find themselves infected with earworms that they can't, maybe that's what happened to RFK Jr., that they can't get out of their heads. They then associate this annoying phenomenon with the actor who was hired to cheerfully chirp about lowering her A1C.
So they're going after our girl, Deanna Colon.
They're going after our girl. There's a Facebook group with over 1,000 members called People That Hate That Jardiance Commercial. So then I think they blamed Deanna, and then they shot a new commercial with a new lady.
Ugh.
Which is like,
I don't want that.
I don't want that. I mean, not to bully the new lady. I'm sure she's fine, but I'm attached, you know.
I like Deanna Colon. You know what? Who I don't like? I don't know if you've seen this, but there's one with a man.
What?
There's a Jardiance commercial with a male, a man, a he, him. And I gotta tell you, I don't care for it. One, his register is too low, so I can't sing along when his version comes on. And two, I don't think, sorry to all the husbands listening, but I don't think men should be allowed to lower their A1C. That should be for the girls only.
Megan! Stop! Ixnay!
For the girls only. No, but listen to this. This is the men's version of the song. Okay. It just doesn't have the same joyful radiance.
Joie de vivre.
The joie de vivre of Deanna Colon's version. So listen to this.
I have type 2 diabetes, but I manage it well. It's a little pill with a big story to tell. I take once daily Jardiance at each day's start. As time went on, it was easy to see I'm lowering my A1C.
Jardiance works.
I have type
2
diabetes, and I manage it well. I'm a big husband with a story to tell.
Stupid.
We're the Jardiance bullies, Megan. Oh
no, we're losing the husband demo.
Come back.
I don't know. I just love that commercial so much. I actually do have high A1C, and so I was like, maybe I will ask my doctor about Jardiance.
Dude,
yeah,
taking Jardiance is the ultimate accessory for fans of Jardiance. If you're a Swiftie, like how you and I are Jardiance heads,
yeah,
and then there was like a pill that you could take that was like Taylor branded, you would want to get on that medication no matter the side effects, whether it applied to you or not. So I'm just saying,
yeah, exactly.
As super fan Jardiance heads, we got to get on Jardiance.
I know.
My A1C is fine, to the dismay of all the internet trolls. Yeah,
everyone who's ever sent you an email.
I don't know what to tell you guys. I have like really good blood pressure, and I have a normal A1C. I do have fatty liver, as we've discussed.
We've discussed that you do have Leslie liver.
I've got Leslie liver, but
I did love so much that your doctor was like, fatty liver. Like, he didn't want to say fat in front of you. It's really funny. I do have high A1C, but it's almost like you can't tell by looking at someone what their health issues are. I don't know. Something to think about for the future, but keep sending those emails, assholes.
What commercial jingles do you all like? Pop off.
Let us know in the YouTube, in the TikTok comments. Pop off in our Instagram DMs at Text Me Back Pod.
Please.
Well, I'll get you started. Speaking of the husband demo, my husband's least favorite commercial jingle, the one that sends him to the next stratosphere, is it's one of those commercials where I have absolutely no idea what the drug does, but I have the song memorized. It's the Sky Rizzy commercial. That's like, nothing is everything. And my husband is always like, what does that mean? Nothing can't be everything. But I think it's a medicine that clears up like plaque psoriasis. So you want nothing on your skin. So nothing is everything, or however it goes.
Makes
anyway
perfect sense to me, Adam.
You got any Sky Rizzy heads in the chat? Any Sky Rizzy heads in the Text Me Back Alights? Let us know.
You know, speaking of husbands, can we talk about that commercial that I should really go rewatch to remember all the details, but that commercial where the wife's she shed is on fire and then the husband is he's like mad that the she shed is on fire, but then it also implies that he burned down the she shed, but also he clearly hates his wife. So it's like, wouldn't you want her to be in the she shed? Like, it doesn't make any sense.
Don't you want her to be away from you since you hate her so much? And what's up with the arson? You little freakazoid. Speaking of Iriel Say Iller K. Yeah, why did Victor burn down the she shed?
Here's what happens in the commercial. Victor and his wife are standing in the yard looking at the burning she shed. The wife is on the phone with State Farm, or I think State Farm.
Yeah.
The insurance company.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, I don't know. Somebody burned down my she shed. Victor is like, nobody burned down your she shed. The she shed is actively on fire. She's like, well, my she shed's on fire. He's like, your she shed was struck by lightning. And then she's like, okay, well, whatever happened to my she shed, State Farm says I'm getting a new she-shier she shed. And then Victor goes, you're getting a new she-shier she shed? Implying that like the she shed finally being destroyed is the best thing that's ever happened to him. And in my opinion, implying that he burned down the she shed.
Oh my God.
But it's like, why don't you want her to have a she shed? You don't even have to pay for the she shed reconstruction because State Farm's paying for it.
It doesn't even seem like he put it up in the first place. It seems like the wife did.
Get a divorce.
Okay, I changed my mind about the husband demo. That's rude. If you have ever burned down a she shed and you're a husband, stop listening to our podcast this instant. Jesus. By the way, if you're any of the brands that we mentioned, if you're Jardiance, not Sky Rizzy, we're in a fight with you. If you're Jardiance, State Farm, or a she shed manufacturer,
Get in touch.
reach out. Yeah, reach out to our production company, Copilot Collective. Hello at copilot.co. And you could advertise on our show. And we'll sing the Jardiance jingle. Actually, we'll replace that man that you had replace the Queen Deanna Cologne, and we'll do a Jardiance.
If you're
commercial.
Deanna Cologne and you want to come on the show,
give us a call, honey. I want to talk to
do
you
you
so
think
bad. I love that song.
do you think she's the voice singing the song, or do you think she's lip syncing?
God, I hope so. Well, according to this Washington Post article, she is a songwriter. I think she might have written it. Oh yeah, look, she attended the Berklee College of Music on a scholarship and reached the quarterfinals singing on America's Got Talent.
Deanna?
You think that man in the Jardiance commercial? Well, he probably does too. Still. Give us a call, Deanna. We love you.
Wow.
Well, Lindy.
Well, Meagan,
Well, Lindy.
the podcast's over and it's easy to see.
We're lowering our listen rate. It was weird that we just did a pharmaceutical commercial in the middle of the podcast today. I would like to really be clear. We didn't get paid for that. We just really like the Jardiance song.
Yeah,
one is
I don't
paying us for that.
care if you take Jardiance or not. And
I
I
really
don't.
don't.
think that our medical healthcare system is good.
I don't think you should be able to advertise pharmaceuticals on television at all.
No,
However,
and I don't
you're
think that you
gonna-
should I don't think that you should choose your life-saving medication based on how much the song slaps or how cute that lady's dance is.
I mean, that could be part of the decision-making process, but it shouldn't be
a
100%.
little bit. You know what's funny, Meagan?
Yeah.
We really covered nothing today.
Not a thing. By the way, there's so much shitty stuff happening. You know, like
Yeah.
the Supreme Court. By the time this airs, this will be like the last week of the Supreme Court term. You'll note I mentioned that not at all because I don't like it. You know what's keeping me going? The freaking Jardiance commercial, dudes. And that's what this podcast is all about.
Yeah. Megan's working full-time on Supreme Court coverage
Heinous.
at Day Job Consulting. And so it doesn't touch the podcast, the sacred space of the podcast.
That's actually the name of my consulting company. Day Job Consulting LLC.
That is actually a really funny, good name. Yeah, I have a bunch of shit going on in my life too. Barry had his cataract surgery, so
yes, give the
now-
people an update.
Yeah, he has to be in a cone for 5 weeks. We're 1 week down. He's losing his mind.
Oh.
He has to have like 6 eye drops a day, which he hates and fights every single one.
Yeah.
And so to get him to take them, we have to have him on constant trazodone.
Yeah.
So he is bewildered and high as a kite.
Poor guy.
And it's
he'd
so
have his
sad.
little eyeballs, like the fur around his eyes shaved. He looks
Yeah.
crazy.
I know. So it's tough over here. I don't know. And then of course there's all of the rest of the world having many catastrophes going
Burning
on at
and
once.
burnt. That is correct. So we hope you enjoyed listening to this podcast, which is mostly about dragons and pharmaceuticals.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. We have an announcement. Do
Oh
we?
yeah, we have an announcement.
The tattoo contest is closed. Stop it.
I'm gonna say if this comes out on Thursday, the 27th.
Yeah.
We're closing the contest on Friday the 28th of June.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
You have one more day to send us your tattoo ideas closed, and then we're moving on to phase 2 where we start narrowing it down and we start collecting your votes.
I think there's a 100% chance we get more than one.
They're so good. There's so
excited.
many good ones.
Yeah, they're really good. So submit your ideas. You can do it via email, deartextmeback@gmail.com. You can DM us on Instagram @textmebackpod. You could, I guess, send us a DM on TikTok. No one's ever done it before, but you could
Be the first.
@textmebackpod. You could
Be the first.
You could DM us or leave a comment on our YouTube channel, which I am fairly certain is @text Lindy and Meagan back, but just Google it. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's called Digital
And
Strategy. Maybe you've heard of it.
If you want to be able to vote on what tattoo Megan and I get permanently inked on our bodies,
Mm-hmm.
you got to join the Patreon. That's
surely do.
patreon.com/textmebackpod.
Text me back, pod. That's what they're saying.
And there's lots of fun happening over there. Lots of fun happening in the Discord.
It is really fun.
We love you all
sorts
so
of
much.
wonderful little goodies and treats, and we really appreciate everyone who's supported us so far, and those about to support. We salute you.
Megan, I love a future supporter.
That's right. I would smooch a future supporter consensually.
Yeah.
I would not
Always.
make a future supporter's dragon have sex with my dragon. Oh no.
That's
Who
enough.
said that? Gross. Wrap it up. Disgusting.
Thank you so much for listening to Text Me Back. If you like the show, please tell your best friend about us. Be sure to rate and review us. It helps people find the show. And most importantly, please support our Patreon so we can keep making this. It's patreon.com/textmebackpod. Text Me Back is a production of Megan and Lindy, proud members of the BFF Network. Our senior producer is Megan Hatcher-Mays. Our other senior producer is me. Our show is supported by Co-Pilot Collective and produced by Allie Slice. Our digital strategist is Chance Nichols.
Diana Bowen is our video and creative wizard. Our production team includes Lindy West, Megan Hatcher-Mays, our loves, our anxieties, and our fears.
Our music is by Chief Ahamefule J. Oluo.
Special thanks to our perfect angels, Jeannie Yandel, Brandy Fullwood, and Isolde Raftery.
I'm Lindy West.
And I'm Megan Hatcher-Mays. See you next week. Mwah!